Our team coverage of Democracy 2018 takes us all across central Indiana. The polls are open until 6 o'clock tonight, and the race that people all across the country are paying attention to is that primary race for U.S. Senate. It's a seat that could determine which party controls the Senate come November. RTV6's Nicole Griffin has been covering this race today. She joins us live from a polling place outside of Hinkle Fieldhouse. Nicole, what are the voters there telling you?
Yeah, Lauren, good afternoon. Well, many of the voters say the voting process has been very smooth today. They've been in and out of polling locations. We've been to several different sites across the Circle City, and people aren't having any problems voting. But as far as why people are coming out, well, there's a mix of different opinions on why people are choosing to come out and vote in this primary election. One woman telling me we have to keep our democracy strong, and that is why she came out to vote. She says moving forward, she hopes to see a change in leadership. Others saying even if the candidates' campaigns were uninspiring, they want to have a say in our government. Several voters are saying the race for U.S. Senate is a big reason why they are choosing to vote today. 3 Republicans are battling to win today's primary election for U.S. Senate. Former State Representative Mike Braun, Representative Todd Rokita, and Congressman Luke Messer. The candidates are hoping to move on to face incumbent Senator Joe Donnelly in the general election. I also had the chance to talk to those voters today about the issues they are passionate about and would like addressed moving forward.
Probably too many to get into as we speak. Gun laws, the violence that we see. I think it's just a very important day.
I think the best politics is good public policy, and I think if our politicians would focus on what's doing right for their constituents, the politics will settle out and take care of itself.
Well, the Indiana race for the U.S. Senate seat has been costly. The 3 Republican candidates spending nearly $10.2 million, all 3 aligning themselves with President Trump and his agenda. Now, if you haven't made it out to vote today, we were just inside Hinkle Fieldhouse, and I'm told it's a good time to come out. Not too busy right now. Just over 90 people have come out to vote here at this location today. Now, I'm Nicole Griffin reporting from Hinkle Fieldhouse. Let's toss it over to our Meredith Barrick, who is in Wayne Township. That's where one of the few competitive primary races is happening today. Meredith, how's it going?
Hey, Nicole. Yes, we're here in Wayne Township right now outside of Chapel Rock Christian Church, where we've seen a steady stream of voters over the past few hours. Many of those voters, young voters, either casting their first or second ballot ever. Now, we spoke with one 19-year-old who says voting is a hot topic amongst her peers, and she wants to make sure her voice is heard, especially when it comes to that U.S. Senate race.
Definitely the Republican Senate seat. I've been kind of watching the candidacy race for that, and there's been a lot of negativity among the candidates, and I didn't really like how that was approached this year. So I've been keeping an eye on how some of the candidates have been respectable and how they've presented themselves among the community.
And we even captured some of the tiniest of Hoosiers helping mom and dad cast their ballots. This family using the opportunity to educate their kids about the right to vote. Now, as you can see here, a lot of signage for Mike Delph, who is running for state Senate. This is his district. He's facing Corey Meyer, who's backed by numerous Republicans, including a number of mayors from Hamilton County. Delph, however, doesn't fare as well with GOP members. You may recall he was briefly kicked out of the Republican caucus in 2014 for revealing that the private Republican Senate caucus was not moving forward with a state constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage. Now, the winner of that race will face Democrat J.D. Ford, who ran relatively well against Delph in 2014. Reporting live in Wayne Township, I'm Meredith Barrick. I'm going to hand things over to Aaron Lish, who is live in Hancock County right now. Hey, Aaron.
Hey Meredith, so we're here at the Hancock County Library. Take a look. There are so many people out here. The parking lot is getting fuller. You can even see the supporters for some of those candidates sitting outside with their signs, with their t-shirts on, just waiting for all of those people to arrive. Now, one big race on the ballot here is the Republican primary for the 6th Congressional District. That seat given up by Senate candidate Luke Messer. Now, there are 11 candidates between the Republican and the Democratic parties. Experts say to watch watch two of candidates. They are both Republicans. That's Jonathan Lamb and the man generally considered the favorite, Greg Pence, the brother of the vice president. Now, voters I've talked to said neither of those candidates have spent much time in Hancock County. The county is one of the easternmost in the 6th district, but they say it was important for them to come out and let their voices be heard.
I think it's your civic duty. I mean, you can't complain if you don't vote.
In the past, moving around, it's easy to overlook an election, but when this is where you want to root your family. So I feel like I've done something to help us secure our future here.
We're also watching the Republican race for the 4th Congressional District north and west of Indianapolis. That's where several candidates are running to replace Congressman Tom Rokita. The three big candidates that we're looking at are State Representative Jim Barrett and two people who worked for Mike Pence when he was governor, Steve Braun and Diego Morales. Now that district appears to be safe, whoever wins that Republican primary come November. Live at the polling place at the Hancock Public Library, Aaron Lish, RTV6. I'll send back to you in the studio, Lauren.
Aaron, thank you. Well, the end of the primary campaign means the end of the campaign commercials, but only for a few months until the general election campaigns begin. Plus, there's other races we're focusing on today, and RTV6's Ray Steele has more in our Primary Day Democracy 2018 Roundup.
The polls are open a few more hours, so there's plenty of time to cast your vote for
Todd the Fraud, Luke the Loon,
Tax Hike Mike,
Mexico Joe,
Cocaine Mitch,
Tennessee Trey Hollingsworth,
Dishonest Diego Morales,
Cocaine Mitch,
Meet the Swamp Brothers,
Rhino,
Rudy Poo Candy,
Cocaine Mitch.
the campaign positive as ever, down to the wire. We told you about the big races already. Here's what else we're paying close attention to. Ballot initiatives, big ones in Avon and Warren Township on property tax increases for schools. Also, a property tax increase is on the ballot in Hancock County. That one would go toward a new county jail and a new roof for the aging Hancock County Courthouse. And there's the contentious Democratic primary for Marion County Sheriff. Deputy Carrie Forrestal, officially backed by the County Democratic Party, taking on retired police detective Bill Benjamin. It's a race that could split the key African-American vote, and that could potentially help Republicans this November. We'll find out how it all winds up just hours from now. Join us on the News at 7 tonight for a half hour of extensive primary coverage, early election returns, and analysis. Then stay with us all night for live coverage on the RTV6 Facebook page, the RTV6 app, and the IndyChannel.com. Ray Steele, RTV6.